me personally, I said you can divine using anything, and that is very true, reflection. But that doesn't necessarily mean who's gonna be on the other line is the same as if you're doing a little tarot, you're doing a little rocks, little stones, a little sticks, and a little bones. When you get to messing with those Ouija boards, reflection, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing, that's what I call them, Ouija, baby. When you get to messing with those Ouija boards, baby, you are literally, I like to call you setting yourself up for the trap, baby. Yes, we go to the trap, reflection. You don't know who gonna be in trap. It may be this person one day, maybe that person the next day, maybe the person over there the next day, because everybody trying to get their shit off. You get what I'm saying? Allegedly. I don't know. I just heard that's how it be on the movies I was watching, I seen. But anyway, back on track. With that being said, reflection, a Ouija board, that reminds me of kind of like a Ouija board, because you never know who gonna answer that phone, baby. You just never know who may be on the other line, reflection. Okay, now, if anybody don't know what I'm over here talking about, they're like, what is a Ouija board? What you talking about? What you cut cucumbers and shit on right there? No, reflection. That is not the Ouija board that I'm talking about. I'm talking about this right here. Now, do I particularly own a Ouija board? Somewhat, yes. But did I buy it to use? No, absolutely not. They was like, what you get it for, Teresa? Reflections. Okay, but trust me. With that being said, Ouija boards, when you open that particular door, remember, when you're doing any type of divination work, you're opening portals. Okay, you're opening portals and you closing portals. But with a Ouija board, that's very a different type of portal. Real easy to open, very hard to close. Did you hear what I said, reflection? Really easy to open, very hard to close, because you don't even know who picking up on the phone. You don't know. You over there thinking you talking to Susan, baby, and you talking to Caroline. You're over there talking to Caroline. Is on the line, baby. Carol is on the line. Okay. So with that being said, reflection, Ouija boards, 99.9% of the time, you're not going to be talking to who you think you're talking to. Okay, Ouija boards, to me, that is a almost like if you're trying to, that's like you just want to get the wrong number. You just trying to get anybody to answer the phone. Shit, somebody answered. Hurry up and answer the phone. Hurry up and answer the phone, baby. Anybody, somebody, anybody. To me, that's what I think about when I think of a Ouija board. Because again, you're 9 times out of 10 not going to be talking to who you think you are trying to talk to, because it's literally an easy door. Remember, anything that comes fast is a crash. Okay, if it come real fast, it's a crash. Reflection ain't gonna last that long. It ain't gonna last that long. You may be on the wrong phone. Do you hear what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that with a Ouija board, okay? Anybody that chooses to use them, that's up to you. But if you go back and you just do a little history reflection, it's more unsettling outcomes than the outcomes that they wanted. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about a little bit about what is a Ouija board, okay? Before we even get started with that. Okay, it says the board that became a Ouija board in 1886 in Chestertown, Maryland, and named in 1890 in Baltimore, where it first manufactured. So it was first manufactured in Baltimore, reflection. That was actually 4 years after they invented it, I guess, in Chestertown, in Mary's land. Okay, now, since the OG's Interception newspaper reported on its use as a way to communicate with the dead, predict catastrophic events, solve mysteries, and even commit crimes, reflection. So they were saying that this particular Ouija board was used to solve mystery. It could stop a little crime. They'll know if a thunderstorm or tornado was coming in, allegedly. I never said that they wouldn't give you a little information when they pick up the phone. I said that you are not talking to who you think you're talking to on the phone. Okay, even a stranger can give you a little bit of information. That don't mean they got the best intentions for that ass. Okay, so with that being said, reflection, we over here talking about Ouija boards, and I wanna read you this story, reflection about Ouija boards. crazy thing is, I think it's on the phone that I'm actually using. So let me pull. It's okay though. I can pull it up. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Ouija board and its origins a little bit. Let's talk about where this actually came from. Remember, they said it was in Baltimore, right? It was actually created in 1886 in Chestertown in Maryland, Mary's Land. And it was named in 1890 in Baltimore, where it was first manufactured. So it was manufactured and actually named the Ouija board in Baltimore. And the name Ouija or OGI is actually was said to mean good luck. That's what it was said to mean, reflection. Okay, but let me tell you a little story about the Ouija board. Okay, now Charles Kenner has always had an eye for a chance to make a buck, but he was not the greatest nor the luckiest businessman. It appears that he wasn't the most honest guy either. The second child of a successful Delaware merchant, Kenward moved to Maryland shore in the 1800s. Okay, so this is basically the person that actually created the Ouija board. All right, now the story of the Ouija board, however, is more than a tale of snake oil salesmen duping up in Victorian masses. It actually is a game of harmless fun at a million junior high sleepovers. While it remains an amazing, enduring pop culture phenomenon tied to the rise of horror movies and paranormal industrial complexes, its saga is also about the universal desire to find answers to the life's biggest questions, the history of psychology, and even the development of neuroscience. So that's why they're saying that they made this particular game, reflection, but that's what they said. But the whole time, true enough, it's to communicate with the dead. That's what it's for, reflection. Regardless what they say, that's actually what it's for, was to communicate with the dead. Okay, but as you notice, they have made a whole lot of movies and just different things about the Ouija board. And as you can see in a lot of those movies, reflection, where do you think they get the ideas for these movies? They have to get them from somewhere. Okay, now a lot of people ask if you seen the film the Ouija, then if you haven't, then you get what I'm saying, reflection. I'm not suggesting to go look at it, but you can, if you want to know more about what this is, what I'm talking about, then that would definitely be a good movie to go look at. When Saritha told you, remember what I said? They think they communicate with somebody, but 99.9% of the time, with a Ouija board, baby, you're not communicating with nobody that you ever even thought you would communicate with. Okay, and I'm not saying that as a great thing either. Okay, remember, if you're asking for things, then you got to give something to ask for something. Okay, I mean, you got to give something in order to get something. Okay. But let's go back. It says that it was actually created in 1886, but we can go back a little bit farther, reflection. Okay, it says the exact origin of the Ouija board is actually to be unknown. It was saying that it was born in 1886 in Chestertown, Mary's Land, but it actually can go all the way back to 551 BC in ancient China, reflection, where they were called spirit boards. Okay, now spirit boards were used as a commonplace item used to communicate with the dead. All right, it is claimed that Pythagoras used talking boards to enhance his studies and unearth revelations from the unseen world. Okay, now keep in mind, he was using these for his studies. Okay, that didn't mean he knew who was over here giving him these certain informations, reflection. Other people are using them to connect with their loved ones and different things like that. Okay, now it's saying that talking boards also have connections to ancient Rome, where two people used the Ouija board or the Ouija board to predict the successor to the king. So they're saying that we use these boards to predict who's going to be king next. They tried for treason and eventually hung, and claimed the successor was immediately executed. Okay, so basically they would use these in trials. They would use these in predicting who's going to be the king. Now this is in Rome and in China. Okay, and in China they was using it to communicate with the dead, but in Rome they would actually use this to see who would actually be king, and if certain crimes were committed, they would actually go to the Ouija board, reflection. They would go to the spirit board. Lord. Okay, no telling who was picking up the line, baby. It wasn't nobody who they knew. I can guarantee you that, though. Okay, so with that being said, reflection, I definitely wanted to come over here and I definitely wanted to tell you, about me particularly, why Teresa, I don't particularly mess with the Ouija boards, reflection. Now, you know, I'm a diviner. I love anything dealing with divination. I'm with it. But to me, this is not an accurate, if you're trying to know who you talking to, reflection, this is not the go-to. Okay, now if you're just trying to get somebody to call me on the phone, and 9 times out of 10, it ain't who you want neither, baby. 9 times out of 10, this person on the other line like a con artist, baby. They got some agendas for that ass, reflection. Do you hear what I'm saying to you, baby? All right, you don't get nothing without giving something. Remember that. So, reflection, until next time, Ashe.